Greetings, Glitter Gang, and happy Thursday. Welcome back to Kathryn Scraps Live. We just finished the waterfall. All right, so currently it's being held together by a cute little ribbon to keep it from flopping all around. And now we are going to be working on this next page in the album. So we need to put whatever photo contraption holder thingy we're going to put on the back of it. We just need to make sure that it covers the ends of the ribbon so that they don't show. All right, so that's it. That's all we have to do. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly cut some photo mats while I say hi to everybody, because I just kind of jumped right in to finish off that waterfall. And I didn't even stop to say hi. So, good evening, everyone. It's June 2nd. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Welcome to Donna and Melanie, Gretchen and Carol Joan. Happy Thursday, part 2. Yes, indeed. Pat, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Ella as well. Candy, good evening to you. Judy is here as well. Hello to Judy and Jill. And I need to scroll down. I just taping this. So what I have here is a 10.5 inch by 10.5 inch piece of paper that I have printed my stamps on so that I can make 4 photo mats at once. And let's see, who else can we say hi to? Beverly, and then Kitty is here also. And I gave Kitty the option of saying hi to all of you or eating plastic, and she chose to eat plastic. So unfortunately I don't have a kitty to show you, because she is on the floor eating plastic like a jerk. So, all right, Barbara Jean is here. She forgot it was Thursday. I have a phone on my, or a reminder on my phone that it's Thursday, because otherwise sometimes I would forget it's Thursday, because what is time anymore? And then Barbara Jean says, one thing we do not need is a floppy waterfall. Yeah, no one needs a waterfall flopping all around, making it hard to open and close your book. All right. Okay. So then we have Mandy here as well. Hello to you, Mandy. I hope you're having a good day. A good morning, I guess I should say. You're in Australia, right? If you're not, sorry. Joyce says hello, and her kitty is on her lap, because apparently her kitty is not a jerk that would rather eat plastic than get snuggles. So, you know, hey. There we go. So hello to you, Joyce. So with regards to my hair, it's currently blonde and ended up being strawberry blonde. It's so funny because I was talking to the stylist and I was saying, you know, my hair doesn't really look it, but it's extremely warm in tone. It's kind of like sneak warm. You know, even if you use like a really ashy grayish blonde, it'll still pull warm. And she said, well, you know, sometimes people's hair is just like that. She said, but it's also possible that previous times you've had your hair colored, what they've done is they've put the bleach on your roots too soon, so they couldn't lift the ends as long as they wanted to, and that kept it warm. So we can try, you know, giving extra time to the ends and see how we do. And I still ended up with strawberry blonde, and she said, well, that's just how it is then. That's just how it is. You can't have cool hair. And I was oh, Texas, my bad, so sorry, Mandy. Mandy is from the state that expelled me. I was formally kicked out of Texas. It said no thank you, and everyone else in Texas said please leave, because it's getting so mad. It's getting so mad, and we can't take it. So that was that. It's okay. It's okay. So my hair is just not going to be cool, and that's fine. You know, oh, Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to flip this around because I think it needs to be changed. And since I only cut up, what I'm doing with that Sharpie is I'm marking the side of the blade that I've already used. And then I'm going to turn it around and stick it back in, and this will be just like a fresh blade. Because I only cut up, I only use one side of the, oh yeah, that's so smooth. I only use one side of the blade. And so I can, know that when I turn it around, it'll be fresh. Wow, it's just flying through the paper. It's kind of funny. So that's okay. Oops, I almost cut that wrong. So anyway, I'm going to keep this little stack of photos that are only taped on two sides separate. So I was talking to the bride for the wedding at the end of June, which I wasn't going to go to because flights were so crazy. I don't know if any of you have looked at flights recently, but what the heck? What the actual heck? So, I mean, we're talking like from Tampa to Seattle with 3 stops on Frontier. 3 stops. It was like $900. And Southwest for like 1 stop in Phoenix was like over $1,400. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, these are like more than first class numbers from 6 months ago. So I was like, girl, I am so sorry. But I don't know if you've looked at flights, but it's completely bananas. I think I have to un-RSVP. I'm so sorry. I will still do your nails. I said, I can show you how to get your nails sized. And then you can, tell me the sizes. And I will paint them and I'll ship them out to you with instructions on what to do to get them installed, like all of that. And she wrote back and she was so upset that she was trying to pay for like half my ticket. And so I was like, all right, never mind. I'm just going to come. I'm just going to come. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I misunderstood, I'm just sorry. So anyway, so now I'm going again. So, like she just, really wanted to see me, which is nice. So anyway, so now I'm going back. I'm back on. It's back on. So, I'm going to that at the end of June. So I don't know. I guess I just decided to take a bunch of vacations in the most expensive possible time to travel in the last 5 years. So that's what's up with me. I don't know what you guys are doing. All right, so let's see. What shall we do? So we have done the waterfall on one of the pages. We did the photo wallet on this page, which is just, we made this thing. So we want, I think, something that's going to go so it'll be fine. It's people I love and I haven't seen in a while. And my roommate from college, we were roommates for every year except the first year. So we were roommates for 3 years. And my roommate in college, she and her husband and their kids live in Seattle. And I'm staying an extra day so that she and I can have dinner Sunday night. And then I'm going to fly back Monday morning instead of flying back Sunday night. So I'll get to see her, and that'll be nice. I haven't seen her. I probably haven't seen her since 2003, possibly. So so that'll be fun. Okay, so let's think about what we want to do. So Okay, what if we do, I'm going to just draw on the back. No, let me not draw on the back of that. Let me not be wasteful. All right. So here's an idea. Okay. So what if we have a flap that holds a 4x6 and a flap that holds a 4x6, and then a flap that holds a 6x4 and a flap that holds a 6x4, kind of like a basket weave. In order to do that, it can be 6.5 inches wide, but long, it really has to be, if we want to have 2, 4, all right, let me think. Are you back for more plastic? You're so mean. Can you say hi to your friends, please? Did you hear her huff? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a piece that's 7.5 by 4.5. We're going to make 2 of these and then score it 6.5 inches. And then we'll have 2. Actually, no, we'll make 4 of those because they're all the same size. They're just facing different directions. Okay, so we need 4 7.5 by 4.5 inch pieces. You guys don't have treats. Why don't you have treats? Yeah, you're right. That's the issue. That's the issue, is you don't have treats. We can get all 4 of these out of one 12 by 12 sheet if we pinwheel it. If we do a 4.5 inch pinwheel. Kitty, can I put you on the desk? Will you bite me? Will you bite me if I put you on the desk? Yeah? Hi. There you go. There you go, kitty. Isn't it nice to get pets? Yeah? Isn't it nice to get pets? And then what I'm going to do is just, oh, okay. Okay. Let me move it. Nope. All right. Okay. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Good job. Good jerk. Good job. I am realizing I'm going to need some vertical photo mats for this. So I'm just going to print a couple, just like 3 sheets of the vertical photo mats so I can get some vertical photo mats. Because I don't use as many vertical photo mats as I do horizontal photo mats. So I'm just going to print 3 of these. And of course, Kitty is lying on my photo or my paper trimmer, so that's great for me. That's great for me. Normally I would Barbara Jean can do a pinwheel, everyone. Everyone, congratulations, Barbara Jean, on your pinwheel skills. And again, I'm just gonna cut this paper to 10.5 because that's the size I need to make a photo wheel pinwheel. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these. Now, All right, so we're gonna try and make this basket weave thing. Will it be successful? I don't know. I don't know. So we'll just, you know, this is crafting without a net. I have no plan. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to leave this out because I need to make a pinwheel out of the brown cardstock as well. And this one will just be, it'll, instead of a 5x7 pinwheel, it'll be a 4.5 by 7.5 pinwheel, which means I put it at 4.5 and I cut up to 4.5. And then I turn it, put it at 4.5, cut up to 4.5. 4.5 by 7.5 inch piece falls off. Turn it, put it at 4.5, cut up to 4.5. 4.5, cut all the way, done. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tape around the outside of this before I separate them. That way they're all taped on 2 sides, but I only have to tape 4 times. All right. And then I'm going to put this at 4 1/4 or 6 1/4 and cut up to 4 1/4. And then turn and do the same thing. And then turn and do the same thing. And then cut the last 2 pieces apart. And then there they are. So I'm just gonna, oh, all right. When I no longer need the paper trimmer, that's when she gets out the paper trimmer. Aren't you the worst kitty in the world? Are you the worst kitty in the world? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Excuse me. Ooh, I'm glad your Glowforge is working again. Okay. So now we just have to fill in the last 2 pieces to the last 2 sides of these, and then we'll have 4 of these ready to go. We're going to use 2 of them. All right. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do, they really don't give you a lot of time. Luckily, I don't have any long layovers anywhere, so that's nice. All right, so now these are all going to get scored at 6.5, and by scoring them all at 6.5, that will mean they're all the same size. So, and then what we're going to do is we're going to figure out how far apart they have to be in order to be a basket weave, and whether or not they'll fit on this page, which I suspect they will not actually. And so then we will figure out what we're going to do instead. All right. Okay, so, well, maybe they will actually. So if we want them to basket weave, okay, let me think. Maybe go, okay. Okay, so it looks kind of like this. So we can't do a true basket weave because in a true basket weave, this one would come back on top, but we don't, so it would look like that. Okay, but we don't have enough room on our page to do that. So we have to either do a fake basket weave or just do something else. So what I'm thinking in the, you know, something else department is we could do 2 flaps like this, held down by a flap at the top and a flap at the bottom. And then we can do one of these, or like a, you know, a 6.5 by 8 7/8 inch photo mat underneath it all. I'm just wondering if perhaps, so it would open like this, like this, like this, like this, and then there would be something underneath it. So let's do that. Okay, so instead of 6.5 by 8 7/8, we're going to do 6.5 by 9 this time. Because, hello, pretty. By doing it that size, 6.5 by 9, well, I already have one cut. That's 6.5 by, it's fine. I'll just do 6.5. I'll just do 6.5 by 6 7/8. I just need to trim a little sliver off of this because it's got some of the branding strip showing. Just ever so slightly. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to put tape all the way around the outside of this. And this piece is 6.5 by 8 7/8. Okay. Then we're going to put a line of tape on just the bottom edge of each of these. All right. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to start attaching things. So we're going to remove just this line of tape here. And like a little bit, I'm going to peel back the ones that are on either side of it. Okay. Then we're going to take one of these We're going to remove its tape. And then we're going to hook it onto this. Okay, just like so. And then fold it. And then we're going to take another one. And we're going to hook it on. Okay, and it's going to hang over the edge. See, it's a little long. What I'm going to do, I think, let me just peel this all the way. I am going to take just a little strip of this. I'm going to run tape on it. And I'm going to fill in that little gap down there at the bottom. Okay. Okay. And then by fill in that gap, I just mean I'm going to tape it in a couple places. And then I'm going to take it to my paper trimmer and I'm going to trim it even with the bottom of this flap. And again, I could have avoided this if I just cut it longer, but I didn't, so here we are. Oh my gosh, really? Okay. All right. So now we have filled in that little gap there. All right. So I'm going to take some photo mats and stick them down. So, and actually I'm going to put steel. Myrrh, hi. You coming up? Aw, you're so bored already? You're so bored already? Why? She's already done. She's already done, everyone. It's only 10:03 and she's already done. I said I was going to put steel and I didn't, but that's okay. That's all right. Instead, what we'll do is we'll put a magnet on the back. And that'll just have to do. All right, so you can see that there's a bigger gap than usual in the middle. That's so that nothing's going to show photo mat wise in between. So that's fine. All right, now on the back, let's go ahead and put, oh, where'd you go, kitty? Are you trying to trap me? Nope, she left. All right, she's had enough of me. She's had enough of me not doing what she wants. Can you believe it? Can you believe the abuse she has to put up with? I didn't just drop everything and make sure that she was happy. It's a terrible cat person. Cat servant. I'm a terrible cat servant. I know, shame on me, really. I am, and I'm ashamed. Did the did the cats hide when everyone was there? So funny because Tiny Cat literally vanished into thin air. We never saw her. And Kitty, I think, just went outside and was like, I'm not gonna deal with this. You guys do whatever weird human thing you're doing right now. But the Stormy, the dude, the little guy, who's normally the most scared, he came right up to the photographer while we were getting ready and was like, hey, what's up? What's going on? How are you guys? What are you guys doing? And we were like, but the photographer said that animals love him. That he just does really well with animals. They all love him. So, he must be, he has some kind of magic touch. Although he only has a magic touch with the one cat, because the other two cats were like, nah, no, thank you. Tiny Cat vanished for like a whole day, to the point where people were wondering if she got outside. But she was just hiding in my office. So I was able to find her. But all right, so now I'm going to put the magnets. I'm going to close this and burnish. And then just put tape over them. And then I'm going to peel that tape and add the photo mats. She was crafting. She was in her little cat house, actually, which she rarely sits in. Because, if you buy a cat a house, they'll just sit in the box that the house came in. And they'll never, ever sit in their cat house. Because that's what... Cats are punks, basically. I read online, someone said that dogs are toddlers and cats are teenagers. And I was like, oh, absolutely. That is correct. All right, so now we have this photo mat that goes like that. Okay? All right, so I'm going to... add more magnet. And what I'm doing now is I'm just drawing a little circle around where the magnets go. And that's just so I can put a little glue dot there. And then we'll add another magnet here. Do I need this many magnets? Probably not. Am I going to use them? Yeah. Yes. We got it. Okay. 2 more photo mats. And then make sure you are going to put your photo mats facing the correct direction. All right. I don't know what we're going to call this, but I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, So now what we're going to do is just going to put steel tin caparonis okay, we're going to put tin caps, put some tape on the back of the tin caps. All right. And then now we're going to hook these onto the back. And we want to hook these onto the back like so that they're centered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this tape and this tape. Okay. And then we're going to just kind of slide it down till it hits the top, and I'm going to eyeball it side to side. And then I'm going to push this back down, and then I'm going to burnish it. Well, the next cultural event is going to be to go to the Dolly Museum. Unfortunately, I did not keep track of time well with the wedding, and we didn't have an opportunity to see the Picasso exhibit. You know, it is... so we didn't see that, but we're still going to go to the Dolly Museum. And on the same weekend that we do that, I think we'll go to the Chihuly Museum to look at the glass. I just told my sister, I said, your wedding is just like, you know, I didn't plan very well. You know, when I started this cultural event thing, I didn't plan on her having her wedding party and everything. I mean, I'm not complaining. I just thought it was funny, like, that I was like, oh, I'm going to have this really relaxed year, and I'm just going to do these cultural things, and it's going to be fun. And then it's just it's like planning a wedding isn't a lot. It's a lot. Even a simple, chill vow renewal and party is a lot. So anyway, so we're going to go, Mr. Lifeguard and I are going to go do a weekend in St. Petersburg. Probably not in June, but maybe in July. And so I'm just going to center this on the page. Okay. I'm just going to... Okay. All right, so then what I'm going to do is peel the tape and pick it up. So yeah, so we're going to go to the Dolly Museum and see Dolly's art. And then we're going to go to probably spend the night in St. Petersburg, like have dinner, spend the night, and then go to the Chihuly glass art installation and do that. And then that'll give us 2, and we're 1 behind, so that'll be May and June when we do those 2. So we do need to have another month where we double up as well, because July he has a business trip. August we have a vacation. So I mean, the one thing we can do, that is glass art. Yes, if you Google Dale Chihuly, Chihuly, something like that. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce the name. Apologies if it's not. He has just some really incredible stuff. All right, so now I'm gonna... This book is already so thick. Yeah, glass art is so beautiful. It definitely is. I think it's gorgeous, and I love it. So what we might do is, like, in August when we go to the Keys, I may say like maybe we'll go to take a tour of the Hemingway house and see the six-toed cats, and then we'll count that as cultural, you know, because that's a museum of sorts, museum slash cat sanctuary. So, you know, maybe we'll do that. It's ballet season, opera season or something. I'm getting a lot of ads for ballet and opera, but I just don't know if that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to put one here. Yeah, he has a permanent installation here. Oh yeah, I do still want to go to the Coral Castle. Melanie reminds me every time. Melanie, until I go to the Coral Castle, you have to come to every show just in case you need to mention it. Just in case you need to tell me about it. I do want to go to the Coral Castle, and I would count that as a cultural thing. And then another thing I found is I'm just going to put a plain white photo mat on this, and then we'll put a, you know, something decorative on it. But I do want to find, or I found, a tour that does nocturnal kayaking tours in water with bioluminescent organisms. And then apparently, like when you kayak through them, they make color changing clouds in the water or something. You know, that's just their natural coloring at night and such. And I thought that looked kind of like interesting. So maybe we'll do something with that. Okay, so now I have this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of, Dale Chihuly, thank you. See what I've got. So what I might do is I'm going to take this Life is Great on the Lake, and I'll put that on top of a white photo mat. And then on top of that, I'll put one of these smaller ones. Like maybe this Life is Beautiful one. I like this To Do Today Nothing as well. Yeah, okay, so we'll do Life is Beautiful. Oh, maybe I could squeeze a museum in Seattle. Do I have time? That I don't know. I'm getting there at like 1:20 on Friday afternoon, and then Friday night there's a welcome cocktail party wedding thing, reception type of thing. And I think Friday afternoon I'm supposed to put her nails on at some point. And then Saturday is the wedding, but the wedding's later in the day, so maybe Saturday morning I can pop out and go, because I'm not in the wedding party. And as long as nothing goes awry with her nails, we should be good. You know, I should be good. But yeah, it's an evening wedding and then a late night reception. So then there's a brunch for the wedding Sunday morning. And then Sunday night, I'm having dinner with my friend. So it's a lot going on. Gosh, why do I need to stop like packing all the minutes of these trips. This is why, you know, I go on vacation and I come back exhausted because I'm like, let me just run around for 24 hours without sleeping or stopping or anything. And then in July, it's the end of July, we go to Savannah. And so maybe what we can do is, you know, I'm sure there's something I can look at there that would count as a cultural event. Maybe I'll go to the Garden of Good and Evil. I read John Barron's other book, the one about Venice and the Fenice Opera Fire. So I have never read Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, but I do enjoy his writing. So maybe I'll read that before we go to Savannah and check out some places from the book. I know they have book tours for it. Okay, there we go. The one thing about my sleep disorder that's good is when traveling to the West Coast, I don't struggle traveling to the West Coast because it's easy for me to stay up an extra 3 hours. Like, and then it's almost like I'm going to bed at a normal time. Sorry, my straw was noisy. Okay. So here we go. Life is Beautiful. 3 vertical photos and 6 horizontal photos. 3 vertical photos and 6 horizontal photos. Okay. All right. One thing I'm going to do, much as I don't want to, is I am going to remove this charm because I think it's making the book too thick. And maybe what we'll do is we'll add some charms to the spine. Well, I'm sure that after the 6-hour flight and running through airports and what have you, I will feel differently about my ability to stay up anyway. Although actually my flight is very early in the morning and I am not a morning person. All right, so I'm just going to leave that brad there. And we'll find a place for that when we do the cover maybe. Okay, that way it won't be so thick. I mean, it's still, I don't know if you can see how thick it is. You can see it's still 3 inches thick already. So even removing the camera, it's still got a lot with the bow and everything, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Thick albums are fun. Chunky albums are fun. Okay. All right. So we're going to call this waterfall page done. And what that means is the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start working on the inserts. Okay. Working on the inserts. So we're now moving on to what kind of inserts do we want in between these 2 pages. I definitely want one of these because I just love how this turned out. So what we might do is start with that one and then see what, if anything else, we want to add. But that will all be in the next video. So that is it for this video, which will be the photo wallet page. So in the next video, we'll be working on the inserts between page 3 and page 4. Okay, so we've got page 1 done, page 2 done, page 3 done. Here's page 4. We need to do the inserts, but I love how this looks. It looks really cool. So, and there's tons of photos. So we're going to call that done, and I will see you in the next video. Bye now.